Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel. Today I have a fun quick little video on a metal detector that I purchased off of the used market. We live in Canada and I'm hoping to get out and do a little bit of gold panning. This might come in handy for that. And here we go. Interesting find. Makes noise. This is a CenTech handheld metal detector, model number 97245. Has a light, sensitivity, on-off control. There's always one of these laying around. King of beers. A quick Google search for the CenTech metal detector brought up Harbor Freight. This looks like the device. Looks like it's on for $14.47 US. I paid $15 Canadian, so I think I got a deal. Here's all the information. It's a clearance item apparently. Specifications, takes 9-volt battery. It's warranted, but I don't think that applies to me. What else does it say? Well, let's do a few tests and take it apart and see what's inside. According to this, I have to wear ANSI approved safety goggles when replacing the battery. I don't really have those handy, but I do have my cheaters, so I guess we're going to have to make do with that. Might need a spudger. Spudgers are used to pry open cases. However, there are screws. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws that are visible. There may be one under the battery compartment. They're all Phillips head. I've got a small Phillips head jeweler's screwdriver here. 9-volt carbon zinc battery. This is why you have to wear your safety glasses, because apparently that's very dangerous. No screws underneath there. These were torqued down so well I couldn't use this little jeweler's screwdriver. I got out my wow stick that I got off AliExpress. I've broken the torque. Let's see if we can't get them out. Oh, they're really in there. There we go. What we have in here is the push button. It's used to turn it on. Appears to be a momentary contact. We've got a piezo speaker right here to alert. A potentiometer here for your sensitivity dial. A capacitor, transistors, resistors, more capacitors. A precision resistor for calibration, I would assume. An unknown IC at this point. Another transistor, electrolytic capacitor, a diode, and an LED. Doesn't look too complicated, but I know very little about these things. We've got some copper braiding coming up along the antenna, and I assume that's going to a coil. It looks like we've got 2 coils in there. It always amazes me how much information you can get from a simple Google search. I did a Google search with the part number of this CenTech, and it came up with metaldetectingforum.com, show thread, blah blah. Scrolled down, it turns out that this gentleman, Xeroxor, Z, has the same unit He's created a little draft schematic of it, and then if you continue to scroll, he's got a parts list, and then further down he's actually got the PDF with the component values. And if you look, it's the same model that we've got in front of me. We're using a L05 for a voltage regulator to give us 5 volts from the 9 volt supply. Looks like it's got a reverse polarity diode here. The two operational amplifiers, this looks like a comparator, and it's being compared to the input of a couple of transistors. I don't see the coil. There's the coils up here. Then it comes down to a popular 2N7000. That's just acting like a switch to turn on the piezo. And it looks like this is probably being used to oscillate it. Pretty cool. U1 is a TL062CN. It is a low power JFET dual operational amplifier. Here's the data sheet. You can read it as well as I can. It is just an operational amplifier. And there's two of them. While I was Googling around, I found some interesting information. Turns out in 1881, Alexander Graham Bell was accredited for inventing the first metal detector. Also, if you look at Google patents, there is a patent for balancing circuit for a metal detector. And this was put out by Joseph S. Simon, and it looks suspiciously like the circuit that we are looking at right now. I will certainly leave the links below for more information. I'm not going to go into too many details. I don't want to bore too many people with the nerdisms. Probing pin 1 of U1, which is the operational amplifier. So when metal is detected, it's going high. Now we'll look at pin 7. Okay, there's pin 7. Pushing the button gives us a high. Now, I'm going to put a piece of metal on top of the antenna and press the button because I don't have 3 hands. Okay. And now we'll look at pin 2, which is the input of this device. Pin 2 is right here. Okay, this is one side of the coil. It's impossible to test this without having the device on. This is a momentary contact. So I'm just going to short it. That'll leave it on. Now we can do some probing and see what's going on. Third contact, we're getting a lot of noise. Let's see if we can't make this go. Find out what frequency we're running at. Wow, really nice sine wave. 34 kilohertz. Okay, this is the second most from the battery. Again, we've got a 34 kilohertz, but it's a smaller signal. Something is definitely changing, but I can't catch it. Amplitude is changing on it. Okay, we'll take my screw catcher, which looks like a Budweiser cap, and reassemble this. So we press the button, the light comes on, and when there's metal near it, it buzzes. Sensitivity control. Piece of metal. This concludes my look at a CenTech metal detector from Harbor Freight. The unit as is works fine. I think there's always room for improvement. Being a battery operated device, I see little value in having an LED come on to tell you press the button. I think that may get cut out in the future. The other thing I noticed is the voltage regulation doesn't seem to have enough capacitance on the input or output. I may add a couple of capacitors to the voltage regulation circuit. But overall, I'm happy with it, and hopefully my wife and I can have fun this summer trying to find some gold. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you felt that this was a good video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you.